Okay, higher.
1.2 CR,
Higher.
1.5 CR.
Higher.
So hello everyone, welcome to the Bloomberg Show. I know it's been so long, but we are back with another banger. And today we have none other than Mr. Pranjal Kamra, the CEO of Phenology and one of the biggest finance influencer in India right now. Hello sir.
Hello, and thank you so much for inviting me. Looking forward to the questions that you have told me.
We are glad to have you with us, sir. How was your flight?
Very comfortable, everything. Thank you so much.
And did you like a campus?
Oh yes, missing my college days, nostalgia. I wish I was younger.
Uh, so how was your like college life when you started? Like, were you like a front bencher, like back bencher, just wait कर रहे हैं कि 12 o'clock हो जाए मैं class से कैसे निकलूं?
I was, people put it subtly that, I was below average. I was average. I'll be brutally honest. I was one of the dumbest going around.
Okay.
So just to give you an idea, I
Basically हमारा भी chance है अभी कुछ हो सकता है.
मेरा हो सकता है तो ऐसे किसी का भी हो सकता है. So, my batch size was 147
Oh,
and I did law.
Yeah.
And my rank was 139.
Oh.
And that was because the 8 people behind me actually left college after first year and they were still on rolls.
Okay.
So technically I'm the last ranker in my batch. So in fact, I completed my 5 years of law in 6 years. I flunked in here.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, even like in our college, we have observed like when you don't have like a specific interest, now you're just going with the flow. So it's like very difficult for students जिन्होंने एक बार engineering में admission ले लिया, but they are not like that interested in.
Oh yes, it happened with me. First week of law school, I decided I don't want to do law.
Okay.
So my father tells me, okay, if you find something else, shift. I never found something else. So I completed my law.
Okay. And when did you start like your finance journey?
So I was in third year of college
Okay.
and my father was watching a TV program. It was a scholars program. People would ask stocks live and the host would do it in a very animated way. If he did not like the question, he would punch on the punching bag, threaten the producer that he'll quit the show. So it was
Okay.
animated. So that caught my attention. And then I asked my father that I want to do the same. I want to invest in stocks. So he gave me 20,000 rupees to gamble around. And yeah, so that caught my interest. I got some big winners, some horrible losses, and that caught my attention. But the point was I wanted to make my career in this domain.
Yeah.
And by that time I was in my fourth year and I found about NISM.
Okay. Yeah.
And they were offering a program called PGPSM, Postgraduate Program in Securities Market. I wanted to do it, but because it was a postgraduate program, I had to be a graduate.
Graduate.
So I thought, rather than quitting the college now, I'm already in my fourth year, let's just get done with it and go to that college. So then I went to NISM.
So, sir, are you like following the IPO market, like the recent trend that has been going? Like everyone's been applying in IPO these days. Like every IPO, they are like just like apply it.
So I'm fundamentally, in principle, against of IPOs.
Okay.
I don't believe in IPOs.
Okay.
I think, one, if I own a piece of land and I'm not a forced seller, I'm selling it out of choice, I'll never sell it at a bargain. I would try and market it in a way that I get the maximum price from it.
Okay.
I think IPOs are similar. Really smart CEOs, really smart promoters hire really smart PR people and investment bankers to pump up the valuation and dump it on average people. I don't see how retailers can get a good deal out of it. See, a lot of things can happen in the short run. So what has happened in the last 2 years, I would call it recency bias and we are sort of blinded by that.
Okay.
But fundamentally, this logic of a really smart bunch of people doing all the marketing, pushing up the valuation and then dumping it on retailers is what fundamentally IPOs are. So I like to stay away from that.
Okay.
And, secondly, I don't read news. I don't have a subscription to any newspaper. Our office doesn't have a business news channel. I don't watch social media. So most IPOs, unless they're as big as Hyundai,
Yeah.
they pass under my radar and I don't even know IPO aaya, list ho gaya. I don't get to know. That's the advantage of being in a tier 2, tier 3 city like Raipur. You're away from the noise in your well.
And sir, one recent thing we have noticed in like especially like undergraduation college, people have been buying stuff on like no cost EMIs. Like everyone's carrying an iPhone, but they are taking like 6 months, 9 months EMI. Like what are your thoughts on that?
So, I was neutral on that about 2 months ago.
Okay.
I thought interest-free loan mil raha hai, and if you can afford it, and unless you're not stretching your EMIs, why not? But 2 months ago, something happened and it changed my opinion. So I went to buy a car. My brother-in-law and I decided we'll do certain off-roading. So let's buy a Jimny.
Oh,
So we went to buy a Jimny and उन्होंने पूछा, how will you how will you pay? And I said, upfront. We'll buy upfront. We don't need finance. And then the sales person tells me, no, if you actually finance it, you'll get a 1.5 lakh incremental additional discount on the vehicle. So it was costing us close to 15 lakhs. And they said, finance kara lo, even if you get it done for 1 year and just get the minimum amount done. Say, get a finance for 1 lakh rupees.
okay.
So even if you have to pay an interest, saal bhar ka interest will be 10,000-12,000, but you get a flat 1.5 lakh discount. And I thought, and the finance brain in me tells me, makes sense, we should do it. But then, next day the guy comes, makes me, and he wants certain blank checks from me as security. He wants me to pledge the car in the finance company's name and things like that.
Okay.
And I don't know. I chuckled out. And I realized that, the goosebumps that I got were because this was the first time I was taking a loan. But if I would have ended up taking that loan, next time I would have been comfortable taking a 10 lakh rupee loan. Next time probably 1 crore loan. So all these gimmicks are actually a very smart game of making us all comfortable with credit. They're making us accustomed to living our entire life on credit, because Indians were always known to be depositors. You neither invested, but we neither leveraged.
Yeah.
Now they want us to invest and leverage.
Yeah, like this is like very common in our council as well. Like when we were talking about like these days, it's very common to have like the latest iPhone model, the latest Samsung model. But when asked, they are like, मेरे तो 12 months की EMI ले ली, ठीक है. It's like 4K per month भरना है. It's very easy for
Adat, it's dangerous.
Yeah. So sir, like as we know, you're also managing Phenology. You being the CEO of it, and also you like content. You are like a big content creator. So like, if you had to choose between both the jobs and you can just choose one, what would you choose?
Oh, I'll just shut down my YouTube tomorrow. I mean, it comes nowhere close to building products, solving problems. That's what I live for. I mean, content, which is why, if you see my content, it's very irregular. It's not staged. There are no heavy edits. My studio is not good. I record when I strongly feel, and that happens roughly twice in a month, कि आज कुछ बोलते हैं. So it's very unorganized, very casual when I feel like saying something. But in my mind, I'm an entrepreneur building fintech products and solving problems for long-term investors.
Okay. And sir, if you wake up tomorrow and you're totally broke, what would be the first thing that you would do?
I'll sell something. I think I'll sell something. It gives me confidence.
Okay.
If you can sell something, it's a great survival skill.
Okay.
And if you have the skill of selling, no matter how many times you go broke, it's a skill that will make you stand up on your feet again and again and again.
Okay. And like any advice, if you get a chance to give to your 20-year-old self, what would you give it?
And that's a tough one. Okay.
Like any bad breaking that, or any like advice, like if you think if you knew at the age in your early 20s, it would be helpful to you.
I'll just say, stop taking yourself as the center of the universe. In the scheme of this world, you, me, anyone, doesn't matter. I mean, the world goes on. So live life on an everyday basis and enjoy every day, every moment a little. Okay, don't stress out.
And sir, what's like a day in Pranjal Kamra's life when you wake up till you sleep?
Okay. So I wake up around, I think, aajkal 7:15, 7:30.
Okay.
That's early, that's late.
For us, it's early.
Okay. Then, just 30 minutes, 45 minutes, talking to parents. Then badminton, 8:30 to 9:30 is badminton.
Okay.
Then if I'm not too exhausted, maybe 20 minutes of running on a treadmill.
Oh.
10 to 11 is getting ready.
Okay.
Breakfast, getting ready, relaxing from 1.5 hours workout. Between 11 to 11:30, I go for my office. Office is fun. 11 to 6, I don't know how time passes. And that differs every day. Sometimes, say, once a week, it's shoot day.
Okay.
Mostly on weekends, I'm traveling. Other days, I'm probably daydreaming about a business idea. I like daydreaming. So sometimes I sit in my office and I daydream. कब हमारा बैंक होगा, कब हमारा fund होगा, things like that.
Okay.
So sometimes that evenings are reserved, say, from 4:30 to 6:30 is reading. It could be anything, no agenda. It could be hardcore economics, finance, product. It could be a teenage romance novel. It could be anything.
Any books you recommend, like for like us?
My all-time favorite, and I think it solves a lot of problems for me, is Tuesdays with Morrie.
Okay.
I love that.
We'll definitely give it a read.
So that it's a very short read, thankfully. So for those who are not readers, it's a very short read. I think 6:30 to 7:38 is when we play games in office. So table tennis, foosball, carom,
Wow.
just chit-chatting. Around 8:30 home, 2 hours with family.
Okay.
Then 10:30 to 11 or 11:30, me and my wife, either we watch something or discuss something, sleeping anywhere between 11 to 11:30.
That's like a very like, काफी like, as compared to like we have taken coffee interviews, like आपका बहुत routine is very sorted. Like you have like proper life and work management.
So when I was absolutely broke, when I was starting,
Yeah.
I thought मुझे 3 साल से काम करना है.
Okay.
Because I was working for my family.
Okay.
Now that by God's grace, I have a decent amount of money. Now if I don't compartmentalize it, then I can't say I'm doing it for my family because they now have what they need.
Yeah.
So now I'm working for my ego, greed, passion, whatever it is. But that I want to compartmentalize and balance.
That's right. And so like last question, I'm telling you, this was like forced by my counsel to ask you.
Okay.
What's your like, can you just give us like a rough estimate of your portfolio size? Because I know, I'm pretty sure you would like invest on your own as well.
Right. So the thing is, every expense in a person's life that should happen in say 10 years time has happened with me in the last 18 months.
Okay.
So I'll tell you, my sister got married last year. I got married last year. My wife bought a house last year. I bought a house last year. Then our incubation was getting over. So we bought a grand office last year.
Okay.
So all major life expenses happened in the last 18 months.
Okay.
Which is why for the last 18 months, net worth wise, 80% or so is in real estate. It so happened.
Okay.
Because, with parents aging, we have a big joint family. Somehow my focus now is to give them a better quality of life and then proceed towards purely investing. Because, my answer to this is, why do we invest? To become financially free.
Definitely.
Again, by God's grace, more or less I'm financially free.
Okay.
So when someone is financially free, why now invest in domains that grow, but that you can also enjoy every day?
Yeah.
Unless you are financially free, I would say you should be 100% mutual fund, stocks and gold.
Okay.
But once financial freedom you have achieved, one good thing about real estate is it grows the way it has to, but you also get to enjoy it.
Okay.
That's unlike other assets.
Okay.
But having said that, 2 years down the line, when all my real estate investments are done, construction is done, everything is happening. So right now we are thinking of a farmhouse, a weekend home, something like that. Okay. So once all of that is done, I know that 2 years down the line, again, my portfolio will shift to everything equity, everything fresh equity.
Sir, like, if you have just 1 more minute, like, we would love to play a game higher or lower. Okay. We'll just give you like a rough estimate and you just say higher or lower, like total your assets worth.
Okay.
Like, mainly like related to stock market.
Okay.
If that's okay with you.
Okay.
50 lakhs.
Higher. I mean, how do I answer that?
Like your equity
Is it higher than 50 lakh?
Yeah.
Yeah, higher.
1 CR,
Okay, higher.
1.2 CR,
Higher.
1.5 CR.
Higher.
Okay, 2.5 CR plus.
Lower.
So it's like in the range of around 1 to 2 cube.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, that was like, this was like my personal question. I was very involved for this.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. That's it for our side. Thank you, sir, for like taking time for us. And thank you guys. We'll see you again soon.